I spent 30 years working for major global technology businesses, latterly as the CEO of one, and I guess the thing that I try and bring to the businesses that I'm involved with is that beyond the issue of making money, that actually what we're there to do is to serve the community that we operate in, and that community isn't just the people that work in it, it's also the people that buy from it, the governments that rely on it, the regulators that are involved in regulating it, the unions that represent the workers. And so, why NEM feels very familiar to me is that the businesses that I've been involved in, we've tried to think about this notion of purpose and of community at the core of what we've done. I was originally introduced to NEM through the Ventures team, and they were looking for somebody that had, the kind of background that I've got, and that was my introduction to the ecosystem. My first part of my role is to pick the right team to help to lead the organisation, the ecosystem. Secondly, I think it's to set the right tone, so culture is a big part of it, and whilst I know I've been quiet, I've been busy on the first part of my job, and you'll see increasingly me talk more about the kind of culture that we want to build and foster and create. And thirdly, and probably most importantly, is to ultimately be accountable for the success of the ecosystem and to make sure that we deliver on our promises and that we've got clarity all the way through the ecosystem about what we're going to do, and then holding each other to account to deliver that. I really love disruptive technologies and disruptive business models and disruptive brands, and I think NEM has got the potential to be all of those things, and that's the kind of attraction to being involved in this. How do we take this incredible potential to disrupt and create value and really deliver on that? We set out with 3 objectives. The first was to get the new organisation in place, both in terms of the people side of it and, as importantly, the legal and corporate structures, which is all now done. The second priority was to really get some control and discipline into the Symbol launch programme, which you'll have seen, a major milestone a couple of weeks ago. And the third priority was to try and, set a slightly different tone and a different way of working with the community. And the launch of NEM Hub is really the sort of manifestation of that particular objective. The reason we've structured the ecosystem in the way that we have is because there's such a complementary nature between the different activities of running a really successful trading organisation where we're supporting the price and liquidity and managing the token and making sure that we evolve the token to be not just a crypto play but a really interesting digital financial services play. With the venture side of things, we're looking for businesses and partners that we can invest in that bring real value to the ecosystem. With the Software Co, we're looking to create an enterprise business that enables companies, developers and content creators to collaborate on blockchain, and we'll touch back on that again a bit later. And finally, at the core of all that is a really vibrant community that is broader and deeper than the one we've got today, that has a real voice in how things are going to shape. That to me would be a really successful formula where ventures, trading, software and the community all come together to really make NEM a success. The Software Co is arguably the most important part of the jigsaw puzzle, and at the core of that is obviously the technology, but as importantly is the leadership team that is going to run that software company. And with Mike, we've got an incredible, driven, focused individual who has got a real strong track record of value creation in innovation. With Christy, we've got deep technical know-how and leadership from the crypto space, and with Anthony, we've got enterprise expertise in deploying different types of technology, but particularly recently as one of the authorities on blockchain in enterprise. So if the last few months has been about getting the team in place and getting the structure in place, rebooting the community with the NEM Hub, which we're really excited by, getting Symbol under control, and now we've got through opt-in, which is such a massive milestone, we can get our heads up and start to think about what next. And what next really covers 3 components. One is clearly, and most importantly, we need to do an amazing job at launching Symbol, and so we're going to be running very hard to the end of the year to ensure that happens. Secondly, we've got a huge amount of work to do to continue to make NIS1 a success, and we'll share more on what we're going to do with NIS1 again over the coming months. And thirdly, with the software company, with Mike and Christy and Anthony, we've got to create an environment where they can be successful. And I think those three things, launching Symbol, keeping NIS1 relevant and current, and making sure that our software company has got all the foundations it needs to be successful, is really what the next few months are going to be about for me and the rest of the team.